Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of my Car Mechanic 2021 series. We're continuing with the Chrysler Dodge Plymouth DLC, and today we're going to be working on the 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. Yeah, like I said, another really pretty classic. Although the car we're going to be working on is it's going to need some work. Let's get started. Apologies. How did they sneeze away from the camera? Good lord, that one hurt. Okay, anyway. You ever have that? Freaking allergies and just like, you're getting ready to do something important and all of a sudden just, you're like, your body's like, you're gonna sneeze right now. Ooh. Dude, look at the color on that. Although, why is that lowercase? Okay. I mean, that's fine. It's just, we may actually keep the color scheme on this. I don't know. We'll take a look at it when we get to paint, but I think we're going to be a kind of a ways off from that because this is missing a lot. This might be a longer episode. It might not, depending upon how things go. I'm already digging the paint job. Clearly the golden car. Yeah, there sadly ain't much to this car, but that's going to give us a chance to, oh, we could fix one thing. Praise whatever runs this universe. We can actually fix something. We fix the rear bumper, and that's it. But like I said, the car in this shape gives us a chance to, literally rebuild this from the ground up. Just gonna sell everything. No reason to save any of that, especially since we couldn't fix it. All right, let's start our order here. So trunk, both taillights, rear window, okay, windshield, hood, fender, both headlights, front bumper, fender, door, and other body window. That should be a good start. Oh yeah, it's got one tire. One. Like, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. There we go. Plymouth Roadrunner. I would like one of everything, please. Or almost everything. Slowly work our way down the list. Alright. Let's clear search. And get the door windows. And side mirrors. We know we're going to need those. Let's get to it. that's a trunk you could hide a dead body in, or 3. Just saying. I used to make that same joke about that Oldsmobile that I drove years ago. Can't make those kind of jokes anymore, though. For obvious reasons. Alright. Anything else? I think we're just missing the... Yeah, we're just missing the license plates. Alright. Let's go get those. And, let's see. Another theme build? Maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters. I'm making this up as I go along here. This was, again, not planned, but it fits. You ever seen the old Roadrunner cartoons? Basically the Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner. What's the bird always say? You know, meet meet right before he takes off? There you go. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go look it up. You're missing an important part of yeah, cartoon history. We're going to need to work on the suspension a fair bit. It's missing a lot of parts. Actually, before we even get to the tires, let's take care of the interior. Oh, bench seats front and back. Nice. I accidentally marked it twice thinking it was 2 separate sections, but it wasn't. My bad. Alright. Go in here. Okay, let's get the rear bench. Front bench. And a brand new steering wheel. Back when they knew how to design steering wheels to be functional and elegant. Okay, body, frame, and interior now 100%. Once we get wheels on it, then we'll take it over to get paint. That rim's a little sketch there. Here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get the tires taken care of. So, yeah. Alright. One thing at a time here. I don't even know if we're going to be able to fix that. Oh, we can. Okay. So, I think you have just... Oh, thank God. Just the one tire size. Good. Simplifies things somewhat. Need 3 of those. We need 4 of these. Alright, let's go over to the rims. And we need rim Atlanta. What size? I think they're 14s. Yep. Only we could get those at the same shop. That would make too much sense. Right, so we know this. Okay, so 208, or excuse me, 205.80. 205.80. We need 4. Sorry. Had something itch in the corner of my eye there. Alright. Check it out. 205.80, 14. 205.80, 14. So good there. So let's get them put together. We'll get them balanced. Now the thing is, we're going to have to make that thing able to take tires. So we're going to have to fill in the missing parts on the suspension enough to be able to make that happen. So that's what we're going to do next after we do the mating the tires to the rims and getting the balancing done. Alright. Okay. Last one. Could be last one. Yep. Alright. I know a tire can go back on this one, but there's some stuff I want to do first. Let's see. We're going to need at least 3 rubber bushings from what I can see. You look mostly complete over here otherwise. Go ahead and... Actually, hang on. Get a good angle for this. Cylinder and caliper. Get the 3 for the cross member. Suspension arm. We're also going to need wishbone. Because I bet you that good money. This is probably here. Double wishbone. Front spring and shock cap. Okay. Let's go buy stuff. Go to the regular parts shop. Okay, outer tie rod, caliper cylinder, and the caliper itself. 5 rubber bushings. Bottom suspension arm. Okay, wishbone, suspension. The stuff we're buying now means the stuff that we're not going to be buying later, so it's more or less going to even out in the end. I want to make sure that at least the suspension itself is relatively parts complete, just to, the thing I have about when I'm working on these cars. I mean, to be fair, I've seen some, people driving, beater cars that are in a similar situation where it's like you could see where some of the suspension and other parts have been replaced. and the others are still original because they're all rusted to shit. I mean, I had a car like that for a number of years. So that's all. I mean, I don't try not to throw stones about that kind of stuff. You replace what you can afford to replace, you know? The rest of it, you just hope to God it stays together long enough for you to get where you need to go. Alright. Okay, so the front suspension's in good enough shape to take care of itself. You look like you're reasonably intact here. You got both your things. It looks like you just need a brake shoe and a brake drum. Over here, brake shoe. Looks like all you need are brake shoes and brake drums. If I'm mistaken. Everything else is there. I mean, the drive shaft's missing, but that ain't going to count for nothing. I just want this thing to be able to roll on its own, potentially. Alright. Let's go over here. Brake. Drum. Also, we're probably going to need... No, we might not need new cylinders. We just need a drum. Actually, shit, I need 2 of those. Shopping list. Of those. Yeah, the cylinder's there. We'll replace the cylinder later. We're gonna end up replacing fixing or replacing everything back here, regardless. So, like I said earlier, we're just trying to get it to a rolling state. Thankfully, the back suspension is not as bad off as I thought it was. Okay. Alright. Should be good enough to sit on our own now, without the blocks this time. There she goes. She don't need no training wheels now. Sweet. Let's get her to paint. Thinking we just match the existing paint, because that actually looks pretty boss on it. Actually, I do want to take a look at one more thing. I was going to look at the liveries just for fun and games. Ooh. Maybe? No. Oh. That's it? Just a little thing on the hood? Yeah, I think we're just going to leave her plain. Back to the bay. Okay, now we just need to make her look good on the inside like she does on the outside. I'm digging it. So yeah, we pretty much have a blank slate here. Tell you what, we're just gonna do that. And go from there. I just need to get the engine block, and then we can rebuild the empire from there, so to speak. We don't need the well, we're gonna need the cherry picker. We're just not gonna need to do anything with it just yet, because there's no engine to yank. I mean, we could do the whole mime trick thing that we're yanking a heavy engine out, but I think that might be just a smidge overkill for this channel. Okay, let's take a looky. No. There's a way to do this. Hell, I don't. I want to create a new engine. The way to do this before. Maybe I do. Let's take a look here. This is... No, I don't want to sell it. I'm going to add it to the thing. Okay, V8 Hemi 446 pack. Okay, so I should have just done that in the first place. New engine 446 pack. Okay, nope. There we go. I knew there was something I had to do. I was like, what the fuck am I forgetting? I forgot that one vital step. It's been a while since I built an engine from scratch. Usually I have at least some part of the engine to start with. I mean, technically I did, but the game, you had to be able to tell the game, hey, I want to use this. A bit rusty on that game mechanic, but... Alright, let's get started. we don't have to do the teardown, so we're just going to skip right straight to the rebuild. We got the crankshaft and the camshaft, fuel filter, ignition distributor, ignition coil, and oil filter. Crankshaft should be standard parts. It is. The camshaft, that's aftermarket. Okay, got a fuel filter. Good. Distributor, bueno. Ignition coil. And the rest of that is standard parts. Like I said, it had been a while since I used that game mechanic. Usually I have something to work with on the engine, so I was like, had a bit of a brain fart there. I was like, wait a minute, there's a step there, and yep, that's what it was. We've gone like most of this series without having to do that, so that was not that surprising that I messed it up. Okay, so we got a flywheel. 8 pistons with conrod, 3 crankshaft bearing caps. Like we got a cam gear, not a cam girl, but a cam gear. 2 completely different things. I'm willing to bet, since this takes the generic pistons, that we're back to using the generic rings too. I mean, we'll find out soon enough, but those 2 are standard parts. Okay. Okay, rod, cap. And let's see, piston ring. I'm gonna go with the generics. That's most likely what we're dealing with. Find out here in about 2 seconds. Yep. The engine on the vehicle in the previous episode, which was the Hellcat or the Challenger SRT Hellcat, that was the only one I ever saw actually use the Hemi piston rings. The rest of them, even though they say Hemi on the outside, they use a lot of these were just generic V8s or V10s. Again, like I said, it sounds like a knock against the game. It's not. It's just, you would think, you know, with the engine saying Hemi on the outside, that it would use Hemi parts. I know it's like a recipe change, but still. I suppose it depends on too, like how much off-the-shelf stuff they used, or just say generic parts that they used, and yeah, they have a slightly, what looks like a slightly, use a slightly modified version of the regular, like non-DLC car V8 engine style, and that's, like I said, nothing wrong with that in the slightest. Like I said, merely an observation. Okay, so that's it on that. Clutch plate, oil pan, both engine heads. It looks like a timing chain. Got a rotor. Here, see if there's anything we get. Yep, got the clutch plate. Oil pan standard parts. We got head A and head B. Distributor rotor, thank you. And we'll get the rest of this from over here in the standard parts bin. Okie dokie. Nope, we forgot the rotor. Boom. There we go. Clutch pressure plate. Exhaust manifolds. So we're going to need... We're going to need 16 of these. Okay, get the intake manifold, distributor cap, which we're going to need clip Bs for that. I can already pretty much guess. Okay, we've got a timing cover. Push rods are standard. Get the spark plugs. Brand new shiny intake manifold. Distributor cap. Timing covers standard. Let's see, where was I? Timing cover. Oh, right. Almost forgot. Yep, I was right. Clip B. Because that's what the non-DLC cars use for their distributor cap stuff. And pretty much, I would say with there's even any exceptions to that. Most of the time, if you have a distributor on there, they almost always use Clip B. Starting to slowly take shape. It's got the triple setup there with the really long linkage doohickey on it. Alright. Inventory's empty. Do our next round of ordering from the front to back. So we do these. We got the pulley, water pump, rocker arms on both sides, carburetor C, B, and C again. And who can forget the clutch release bearing? Alright. Let's go. Pulley standard, pump standard, rocker arm should be standard. We need 2 carb C's. Bam. Carburetor B. And the rest of you is standard. Okay. Crankshaft pulley. Done. Water pump. Done. 2 sets of rocker arms. And good old-fashioned clutch release bearing. Okie dokie. Okay, so, oh, right, we got the carbs. And I wouldn't want the task of trying to get those carbs tuned. But then again, if you're doing this kind of work, you're going to be probably way more knowledgeable than I am on that stuff. Just saying. I'm a software engineer, not a car mechanic. Okay. Do I have anything that's arm B, head covers, arm A? Nope. I think it's all standard parts. Aim. There we go. Sometimes you don't click in the right spot, it just kind of the game just kind of sits there and stares at you, metaphorically speaking. That's it on that round. We need ignition wires, big honking air filter, alternator, power steering pump. Double check and make sure we ain't got anything else. That's about it. Okay. Well, at least one of those I know is a aftermarket parts, so we get that. So we got the wires, got the air filter, alternator, and the good old-fashioned power steering pump. Okay, inventory is empty. Got a filter cover and the first of the belts. I think that's it. Okay, heading back over to the standard parts bin. Should be able to get both of those here, no problem. Right. Wouldn't be a vintage car without the radiator fan bolted to the engine. Actually, it would be, but still. Trying to make a joke. Speaking of which, I think we're done. Like we got everything it needs. Excuse me. My throat was getting a little dry. Cool. Okay. Get her back in the car. Actually, I should say in the car for the first time. Strictly speaking, this thing didn't have anything to start with. Right, so that's going to leave us for... Actually, we got a couple of things we got to take care of down there that we didn't have to before. Or at least not in this way. Starting whole cloth here, so... What we're going to do... Gearbox... And the front exhaust sections. Okay, we need to go to electronics because we need V8 starter. I was gonna say, the hell I don't. I realized I was clicking on the wrong part there. Okay, we'll do the rest of the exhaust here in a bit. I wanted to at least get it that far. Nothing in the back in terms of like battery or any other stuff. They didn't start that stuff till later. So, yep. Washer, reservoir, radiator, power steering, brand new battery. Brake servo, and very straightforward fuse box. And that is it. Alright. So the rest of this is all going to be from the standard parts bin. Alright, so we do have the lid already, but we need to get the fuses on, but we need to buy those fuses first. And the relays. Okay. Relay type A, we need 4 of those. My mouth to work tonight. Okay. Relay type B. Fuse type A. Excuse me. Fuse type C. And fuse type B. And the lid. Right. Put it in disassembly mode, and then we're going to start filling fluids. Okay. Almost there. Yeah, it told me to stop there. It doesn't look like I quite filled it far enough, but good enough on the fluids and the other stuff there. The engine compartment's done. And so we're going to get this back up in the air, and we're going to finish the rest of the exhaust and put the fuel system in. And we're going to do that very carefully, because it does not currently have anything below the initial set of pipes. Fuel tank, which we'll get easily enough. Get the performance stuff first. 2 front pipes. 2 middle mufflers. 2 rear mufflers. Done. And we're going to need a fuel pump. There is no performance fuel tank, so we'll just grab that. Throw that on top. Game, come on. I have to hit the thing just right. It keeps... I have to hit it there, because if I try to select it there, it just goes right to stuff I don't want to go. These hitboxes be weird. Order a drive shaft. We're not going to put it in yet. Inventory's empty. Buy that drive shaft. We're going to save that for after we redo the suspension on the front and back, which is pretty much where we're at in terms of the overall process for the car. We've got, like I said, the engine compartment's done. The engine itself turned out beautiful. Exhaust system, fuel system, the body's done, tires are done, interior's done, all that stuff. So yeah, down to the last little bits here. Gonna get all the tires off first. Oh man, you get a face full of rust if you're not careful with that suspension. Go ahead and start taking it apart. Hope everybody's got their tetanus shots. I know there, don't be shy. Okay, good to go there. Let's get all these bushings out. Come on. And let's get these last little bits. I think that'll be it for the... Yep, that's everything off the front suspension. Head back here. Do the same for the rear suspension. See if we can fix any of this, which... it's going to be a crapshoot. Seems like whenever I give the warning about stuff being a longer episode than normal, it's like almost always ends up turning out to be normal anyway. But it's just anytime we get something like this that's in, you know, pretty sad shape, it's just I always like to kind of give that warning ahead of time just on the off chance that I'm right. But pretty much got this down to, I'd say almost down to a science, just about. Do enough of these cars, it's like a lot of this stuff just becomes muscle memory over time. Now, granted, this is pretty much nothing like working on an actual car other than, you know, some of the parts mentioned in the game, but it kind of gives you a nice appreciation of just how much bullshit mechanics have to go through sometimes to fix up vehicles, or if someone's doing a restoration in their own garage, how much of a pain in the ass it can be, and how, you know, awesome it is when you finally get it done, and you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Alright, so we need to get that, not that one, we need to get this one taken apart. We can buy its parts. And I highly doubt we're gonna... Oh, wait. Stand corrected. I didn't think we were going to be able to clean those up, but... Eh. Saved us a couple. Now let's see how many of these we can repair. You all thought I was going to fuck that one up, didn't you? Alright. Let's see where we ended up. Man, almost into page, or partway into page 3 before we ended up having anything that needed to be replaced. It's almost as if all that stuff we bought earlier actually helped. Okay, go shopping. Got our inner tie rods, brand new front sway bar, 2 rear shock absorbers, wheel hubcaps, 4 small rubber bushings, Front spring. Seven rubber bushings. Front shock cap. 2 sets of new brake pads. Outer tie rod. Wishbone shock. 2 hub bearings. And a sway bar end link. Okay, throw that one assembly back together. Okay, let's get to work. Come on, get on there. There you go. Right. Throw that on and take a quick peek. Thing looks good. Come on, back up there. There you. Thank you. Okay, so that should be good on the rear suspension. Go up here and take care of the front. Okay, looks like we got all the preliminaries in. Let's dig in. Oh, I don't know if you saw it, same time I did. I missed a bushing. Okay. Take a look here and see if we got anything else. Nope. Just about there. Should be just a couple more parts. Inventory's empty. And we're 100% condition on everything. Good job, everybody. Group effort. Nice. Okay, so let's get that over to the alignment rack. Get on with the rest of the show. Good enough. Okay, let's go see how she does in the dining room. Okay, so 390 horsepower from the factory, 501 pound-feet of torque. Let's see how this does after with all of our upgrades. Okay, 706 horsepower, so gain of 317, so an 82% increase. Nice. 886 pound-feet of torque, so gain of 386, so a 78% increase there. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright, so what next? Take her up front, get some pictures. Okay. That one's going to be the thumbnail for the video, which you guys would have already seen by the time you got here. Okay. That one's going on Discord. Okay, that's not where I wanted to go. Nice. Very streamlined, very simple interface. You didn't have this fancy LCD screen on the radio, just had a couple of knobs and a couple of buttons. That's it. That's all you needed back in the day. Alright, off to the speed track with you. Grab my controller. Everybody's strapped in. So we broke 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 151 is looking like our guy. Okay. And we hit that max speed early. Yeah, still pretty damn respectable. Probably tow a freaking full-size camper with this thing. And have power to spare. Alright. Let's take a look at the numbers. So we bought her for $3,695. You see the condition bonus, performance parts, body and parts values, how they all factor in. So we're selling it for $80,225 for a profit of $76,000. 530. So not a bad return considering how cheap we got it. Alright. We'll move some cars around. We got our Plymouth Barracuda. That's going to go to position 1, or bay 1, because that's going to be in the next episode. Angry little car. And we got the Chrysler 300C SRT8. That's going into bay 2 because that's 2 episodes out now. And the final car from the DLC, which is the Chrysler Cordoba. That's going in position 2 because that's 3 episodes out. Now this is normally where I'd pull a 4th car out, except there isn't one. Because pretty much reaching the end of the series at this point. Getting there. 3 episodes left. Gonna get there quicker than you think. Really looking forward to this one. This one, nah, not so much, but I've always wanted to drive one of these just to kind of see. I've heard these things handle like boats, though. Anyway, that. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell icon if you want alerts for any new videos or streams that come out on this channel. And that, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.